guys I adore. We got one coming up next week that I truly adore, and he texts me and he calls me from time to time to keep my spirits going, and I do him. But it was a wonderful union before the game. I don't know what the future is for Coach, but tremendous man, tremendous leader, tremendous everything that he touches and everything. I told him I wish I could have half of the career that he's had at Utah. So I don't know what's going to transpire, but that's a good man, a great coach. They fought hard. Team has no quit in them whatsoever. They're physical, aggressive. That's who they are, and they lived up to that. Now, for us, when a great game is a good game, but putting up, how many points we had? I don't even know. 49 points, and then play your best game. I think that speaks a lot about the program and where we are. We got to tighten some things up and get some things together, but you see we're trending in the right direction. We started off rough. That wasn't indicative of who Shador is, and I thought he was kind of okay all game long. Then I look at the stats, he's 30 for 41 for 340 and 3. Like, come on, man. I guess I'm just a hard dad to please at times, as well as a hard coach. But defensively, we did some phenomenal things. How many sacks we have, guys? 4 sacks, but we had a ton of pressures, right? And we did some phenomenal things, and topped off by Shiloh getting in there at the end and doing what he did with a caused fumble. So God bless that. My highlight of the game, though, is Charlie Alfredall getting into the end zone. We made that an initiative at the beginning of the week that we were going to get Charlie in the paint no matter what. And young men on that line, they took that serious. The staff took it serious, and we only had one attempt to try it, and he got it there on the first one, which was wonderful. So I'm proud of Charlie, of who he is and how he represents this program as a 4.0 student. He's above board on everything, never on anybody's list, and helps everyone that ever endeavors to come to him for advice, for support, for knowledge in the running back room as well. So thank God for Charlie. Thank God for the fans. I think we sold out once again. I didn't see a seat available. And I don't know what that smell that I smell every week that goes on in the second quarter. But I see a lot of people up there smiling, so I don't know what it is. I saw that we paid a tribute to Miss Peggy. That was phenomenal. I think she's breaking the 100, right? Tuesday. I think Tuesday? I think she got something Sunday, though, right?
Yeah.
What she got Sunday?
She got her birthday party Sunday.
At the crib? Peggy got a party at the crib. I love her to life. God, I love her to life. And I'm so thankful just it seems as though the bowl is getting better and better and better because we're so focused and we're so dedicated on week to week, not looking down the street, but week to week. And I'm so darn proud of our coordinators, the staff, the young men, the women that's in this program, chef, cooking his butt off in the kitchen, the training staff, everybody done a phenomenal job. Let's go.
Go ahead, Nikki.
Hi, Coach. How you doing? Nikki Edwards, U Sports Report. You scored a season-high 49 points against the best defense in the Big 12. What went into that game plan in exploiting Utah's defense?
Well, we wanted to really protect that quarterback. Every week we say, let's protect that quarterback. Let's do some things that we don't feel like they can stop. We feel like we have the best receiving corps in the country. We can protect the quarterback, and those guys eventually they're going to get open, especially if we have the assistance of a running game. And we showed flashes of having a running game. Isaiah did a phenomenal job today breaking one, but we got to be more consistent with that. And sky would be the limit if we can really have consistency and the word escapes me what I'm trying to say, but we need to really want and desire and just have passion to run the football at times. I think we're lacking that, but prayerfully we get it going because we could do some remarkable things if we have a more balanced offense.
Lincoln, go ahead.
Lincoln Roach, CU Independent. How's the team feeling right now after finally breaking that 7-year losing streak against the Utes today?
We don't care about that. We weren't here then, so we could care less. I just walked out the locker room and I'm pretty sure there's a party going on and somebody's rapping. That's how they feel. They feel really good. They feel really good about what they just accomplished, and they should. every week we warn them to be gentlemen and be men. So we want you to go out and have a good time, but don't do nothing to threaten what you've worked your butt off for. In this moment is that.
Adam, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Adam Tiger, 24/7 Sports. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Utah, just 31 rushing yards. What can you say about the way Robert Livingston has that group playing?
These guys are dedicated. Coach Liv is doing a phenomenal job, but D. Lou and Sapp, they ain't playing, as well as Dancy. And Coach Hart at the linebacker's position. And Coach Mathis challenged the DBs to be physical this week because they're going to have to show up in the run game as well. We know they're on their third or fourth quarterback. We understand that. But we're happy with where we are, and we know where we could be. That's the thing. We're not even where we could be right now. You see the mistakes. You see the little things that we could clean up, but when you look at the statistics, you say, dang, that was phenomenal. I mean, stopping the run at that point. So I keep reiterating this. I'm so darn proud of these young men in this organization.
Rylan, go ahead.
Ron Scholes from Ralphie Report. Travis had a tremendous day. He had an interception, a touchdown, and then one of the crazier catches you'll ever see. Mm-hmm. What would your message be to Heisman voters who are undecided in his case? I ain't
sit up here and get no message. Heisman voters is undecided. If they can't see, they can't see. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Travis is who he is. He's supposed to go to the best college football player. I think that's been a wrap since, week 2? So we ain't petitioning for nobody. We ain't doing that. We got a wonderful display of cameras here, and I think we on national television every week. If they can't see it, there's a problem. Don't allow their hatred for me to interfere with our kids' success. They got to stop that. Y'all got to stop. Some of y'all like that. Y'all got to stop that, man. Give the kids what they deserve, man. I done had my turn. You had, I played 14 years. You had 14 years to hate me. Now let it go.
Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell, the Daily
How you
Camera.
doing, sir?
Good, how are you? A couple questions for you. First off, LaJonte finally breaking one. It feels like most of you guys were close to breaking something. Was it nice to see that?
we got to dedicate ourselves to the return. That's the thing. We put in a little more work on the return teams and putting the right personnel out there, and he could hit it, man. I mean, he could hit it. Jimmy could hit it. Jimmy's out right now, but he did the doggone thing. He's so versatile and so elusive, and you see that after the catch when he's playing receiver. But that just shows his versatility, and it should take him, make him more impressive to the scouts that are looking for him to get to the next level, which is the NFL.
And then, real quick, your defense obviously gave up probably more than you guys wanted to
Right.
this afternoon. But
True.
the big plays, I mean, it seems like this group is just feasting on big plays.
Yeah, but we got to be more consistent on D plays. I mean, we shouldn't give up that many yardage up the seam. They shouldn't throw the same darn route every time. The tight end going up the seam. How many times we going to allow that to happen? We got to get something on him. We got to hold him up. We got to reroute him. We got to do some things because Rob is doing a wonderful job. The young man, we have to execute as players. We do. There goes my man. You know what? I'm mad because I thought it was Harlow.
That's Carlo.
It's Carlo. You say it. Okay, go ahead and do what you usually.
Jack Harlow.
It sounds like you said Harlow.
Jack Harlow.
And I apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
I apologize.
You're good.
Okay, now
We
let's
gotta
do.
get Jack Harlow in Boulder.
Okay, let's do what we normally do. Okay, go ahead. So,
Jack, go ahead.
Okay. Jack Harlow.
My man,
Flyer.
Jack Harlow.
Yeah, my parents love that every week.
Right.
It's the highlight.
Right.
Want to ask about Drelon Miller.
Oh my
Best game
God.
of his career so far.
He's like a Debo Samuels, man. He gives you a variety pack every time you put him out there. He could play the slot. He could play out wide. He could get in the backfield. He could go wildcat. I mean, the kid is talented, and he's a freshman. And I thought we didn't recruit those, but this kid is a great young man. I mean, he was raised properly. Has the right influences in his life, and the older players have taken him up under their wings, and they make sure that he gets it right. He knows his assignments, his alignments, and the kid practices his butt off every day. So I'm so proud of him. He had, I think, went for 100 yards today. 106. Oh, awesome, man. I'm proud of him. Jack Harlow.
Go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Feeling what I said.
He said that like he was gonna get it like you get it, Jay. No, dog. That's only for Jack Harlow.
The receiving room has like 4 very different kinds of receivers.
Yes, sir.
Like archetypes. Did you try to recruit that so that like set up like that, and
Yeah, everybody makes a big deal over what you recruit and how you recruit. You got to find what you like and try to replicate that. So you know what Jimmy brings to the table, right? You know what LeJohntay brings to the table. You got to have 3 or 4 guys that bring to the table what Travis is bringing. But you know what all our receivers bring, and you go out and try to find that guy because that's what you want into your room. Not only the game, but the character of our receivers. Will had a wonderful day as well. Make some great contested catches, and that's the thing we've been asking him. Like every time Shador sees him one-on-one over there, he's going to put it up, and he expects him to come down with it, and oftentimes he does. So I'm proud of him as well.
John, go ahead.
John Treach, 9 News. Coach, you double last year's win total by doubling up a traditional powerhouse. Can you allow yourself to appreciate where you are right now?
No whatsoever, because we expect to be here. A lot of y'all didn't expect us to be here and don't think we don't know that, but we expected to be where we are. Matter of fact, we expected to be a little better. We dropped a couple that we're not proud of, but that's in the past. So now we focus on one game at a time. We really, truly do. But our expectations ain't your expectations. Our expectations are our expectations, and we expect a lot out of ourselves. We practice with the type of intensity and passion and love and effort that you can't help but be successful in what we do. And when we don't do things properly, it shows. We're beating ourselves at times, and nobody beating us. We're beating ourselves. And we just got to focus on those little things and correct them so we can be flawless. That's the goal, to come out here and be dominant offensively, defensively, as well as special teams. I think 2 phases we dominated today, special teams as well as defensive side of the ball. We did. We just got to get the offense. And it's hard to critique them. Like I say, I was on Shador's butt all day today, and I look up, he's 30 for 41. I think any coach in the country would accept that willingly.
Alex, go ahead.
Congratulations, Coach Prime, on a
Thank you,
great
my man.
victory today. Alex Mears, Mile High Sports Radio, the final word. Can you talk about the different preparation it takes when you have a 10 o'clock game in the morning and you have an 8 o'clock game at night? What you go through to get your team prepared?
It's truly different. It really is, and I'm thankful that you asked that question because we're happy and elated when we get an opportunity to play in the morning. Why? Because we practice in the morning. It's a regular schedule for us. Our kids are over here at 6-something in the morning, getting their bodies warmed up, getting treatment. We have meetings at 7 a.m., and we're on the field practicing sometimes at 8:30, 9 o'clock. We're probably off the field at 10:30, 10:45. So this is really the time that we love. I mean, it seems a little early for some of y'all, but I took my walk on campus early, and I think the alcohol consumption was just as enormous as later in the day. So I ran by some people like, how in the world you start that early? You got to pace yourself, dog. But we love early games because it's traditional for us because that's what we do every day.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Good. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Hey, so would you say Colorado is two-way player you for the guys that are the young recruits that are coming out of college, coming out of high school?
Well, a lot of coaches lie, and they tell them, I'm going to give you an opportunity to play on both sides of the ball, and we never see it. The reason, first of all, I don't lie. Second of all, I did it. So I know it's doable. I know it can be allowed if a young man has that type of talent. I mean, high school and college now. Some of these guys, you were like that in high school, but you ain't like that in college. You really need to focus on one thing. But we're fortunate to have 3 guys. I mean, Tyler hadn't played defensive yet, but he practices defense every day. Tyler Brown. Harge is one of the guys poised to start on the defense next year. I mean, he's so talented. He gives us a lot on the special teams, and Travis is Travis. So, yeah, we attract guys that could possibly play both ways, and if they can handle it, I'll give them the opportunity. But my rule is you got to be great at something first. You can't be average on offense and average on defense, and I'm going to give you that luxury. Dominate something first, then I'll allow you to get on the other side of the ball. Great question, though, my man.
Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Coach, Scott Proctor at DNVR. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I know you've been clamoring for this, but special teams was special today. Colton had a big return to set up a score. LeJohntay obviously cribbed the punt. Jalen Westreach actually got his hand on the punt as well to set up.
And we kicked a few balls in the end zone for touchbacks, which we never do.
Absolutely.
So I was really proud of that as well.
Yeah, just can you speak to
Modest
how important the
as
special
well.
teams performance was to the result?
They did a great job. We focused on that. We focused on Tommy's doing a great job, first of all, and we focused on putting the right personnel on the field at the right time. Some schemes are different. We do certain things, and I call the returns, or whether we want to return it or go for the block or be safe, so we could just get the change of possessions. But those guys were hungry today. They went out for it, and I think we almost blocked the punt. We should have. We were close, and we didn't have the block on. So I'm proud of them in that aspect as well. Special teams really are the attitude of your program. When you have bad special teams, oftentimes you have a bad program or a bad defense, because most of the defensive players play on special teams, not offense. Most of the defensive players do that. So when you looking at the special teams, you're really looking at the attitude of the defense. And we just got to figure out how to put the right guys on at the right time so they could produce.
Couple more. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Coach. Matt Smith, Independent. You've scored 90 points in the last 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and on third down, you're 5 of 24. What do you think is the issue there?
I didn't know
you're
that.
running
That's
into?
horrible. God, that's horrible. We got to have positive first downs. When you have positive first downs, it makes the game tremendously easier. Sometimes Pat says it all the time, we just want to get Pat mad. We get a tackle for lost first down, we get a sack second down, we need to complete a 25-yard pass on third down. It's like Shador pulls out something heroic. We just got to be more consistent in the little things. We always preach positive first downs to make it easier for us, but we're not doing that. That comes along with not running the ball successfully, and we got backs that can do it. So we just got to put a little more emphasis. There's not like Phil isn't. I mean, he's on their butts every day about being aggressive, being physical, having your pads up under their pads, and moving your feet at the same time. We just got to do a better job, man.
We talked about the linebacking core a lot last year, and obviously Bentley coming in and having another strong season. What do you make of both Hillgreen and Bentley together? It seems like you guys have really found a good pair there.
Well, they're very physical. They can, they're lights out versus the run. We need improvement on the pass, you know that, and they know that. But they're lights out, going ahead and attacking, and they're making plays. They're making plays tremendously, and they're kind of the heartbeats. Well, Cam Silman is like, he's the guy. He's our defensive attitude. But those guys, they make plays, man, every week, and they're physical. And when we get a lead and we get ahead, they smell blood and they attack, man. So I'm proud of those young men because they put a lot into what they are right now. They study their butts off, too. And I love it.
Coach Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report. I wanted to ask you about Jordan Seaton. He struggled in the first half today for the first time in it felt like a couple weeks. He had a couple penalties. He got beat a couple times. I'm curious how you saw him, both just his body language and on the field, how he responded.
Well, his
to
body
not
language, he
playing
never
at
gives
State.
up. He's probably upset at what he's done with the holding penalties and all that. But one of the holding penalties on the play that, one of the plays, he been doing it all week. I mean, he grabbed the guy, keep his hands inside, and they called it, I guess because he's at the end, and he was visible for the official to see. But you can't get on Jordan too much because the kid is going to be great, man. The kid is going to be a top 5 pick when it's his turn to go. And he loves the game, practices his butt off, and he's fundamentally sound for the most part, probably 95% of the time. Yeah, he's a freshman. They're going to get him a couple times. But he's going to win a lot more time than he loses. And I'm proud of him, tremendously proud of Jordan.
Last one, Tyler. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Tyler King with the Denver Gazette. Just want to go back to Matt's first question about the scoring a lot of points but not having success on third down. Just how valuable is it for you guys to have such an explosive offense where you're capable of making big plays? I think today you had 3 touchdowns of over 40 yards or around 40 yards offensively. How valuable is that for you guys?
It's valuable. We don't give a darn about the statistics afterwards, like what we were on third downs or second downs or first down. We care about the results. That's what we really care about. Like, you know, we look at this stuff and we analyze it and we want to improve statistically, but we look at the results of everything. We scored. I don't give a darn if we didn't score on third down. We scored on first down. You know, we scored on second down. Like we score. So that doesn't factor into what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to get down the field and put the ball in the end zone, kicking it or running it or passing it. So we did that successfully quite a bit today, and we can't take none away from these young men because you guys understand the progress, and you understand that we haven't even put it all together yet. Like, we haven't even played our best game. That should be in itself scary. Like, man, when I said we coming, we still coming. We never stop coming. We are coming, and we ain't nearly there yet. God bless y'all. You good? You good, Ron? Yes.
You've spoken several times at games this year about you didn't like how they finished. Your team today shut it down, let
Right.
it go down. Can you speak about the way they finished?
I'm proud of it. We emphasize that in practices, finishing strong. Oftentimes, I would show the first play of practice, and sometimes I show the last play. I gave them a excerpt of me doing autograph signings. I said, you know, I do signings several times throughout the year, and what I do when I have signings, I take my first item that I sign and I compare my signature to my last. And I feel bad if I'm not giving the consumer my best from the front to the back. So I got to start well and I got to finish well. And I gave them that analogy to let our young men understand that you gotta, if you're gonna start that way, you gotta finish that way. So when I tell them little stories about my life or someone else's life, or we Zoom somebody in the morning and they could hear these guys that they deem successful, they understand it. But we gotta start finishing a lot better. And the emphasis was on that this week, and I think we did a wonderful job. You good, Taylor? You good?
What does it mean when you have a player just come in and be more special than what you think he is in the beginning, like when he comes out?
I don't think any player could outdo our expectation. We have tremendous expectations. I had a conversation when, you know, we run out and the guys get on the knee and pray, and Quincy Wiggins just was on my heart. And I went and hugged him and embraced him and told him how much I love him, how much I'm proud of him, that he hadn't given up, that he still practices hard, even though he's on the scout team. He goes hard every day to give us the proper look. And I mean, I was darn in tears because I was just giving him love. And he looked at me, he said, Coach, I would never quit on you. I would never quit on you. And he made a couple plays in the game tonight, you know, at the conclusion of the matter. But that stuff means something to me, man, because I love these young men like they're mine. So to see and to look in his eyes and hear him say, I would never give up on you, Coach. I would never quit on you. I'm going to work my butt off. I don't give a darn if I'm in there or not. So I love that because that embodies who, what, why, and how this program is. Thank you, sweetheart. God bless you.